If you've ever found a bird's nest, you will have discovered that they are a truly intricate piece of work,
This specialized bower out of sticks.
created with the finest detail and comfort in mind. And what's more, they've been fashioned by an animal that has no hands, constructed purely with their beak and feet alone. Now that's clever.
The parents chose to nest on this 400-foot pinnacle.
From the nest designed to attract a mate, to the one built by both the male and female bird to house their young, here are 15 most amazing nests in the animal world. Number 15. Weaver Bird Nest. This beautiful and bright yellow bird does, with his elaborately constructed nest created to lure in his new mate. Yes, it's the male's job to build this intricate nest during mating season to attract a prospective partner. Unusual, I know. But the weaver bird completes the basic structure. It's a very complicated scenario, and so too is the nest. It is also a very lengthy process, as weaver birds start nesting in August and stop building nests in February. I bet the poor guys are keen for a break come March. The nest is a sophisticated structure that starts off with the bird making a knot with a long blade of grass. He then creates a circular structure, weaving strips of grass, leaves, twigs, and roots using his beak and feet until he ends up with a ball-shaped nest that hangs from the tree. His strong, conical beak helps him to cut the materials required, and with help from his feet, the weaver can tie real knots in the nest material, making it more secure. And not only is he clever and resourceful, he's also fast, completing a nest in just 2 days. The nest is said to be 100% waterproof and survive violent storms. So this guy definitely has talent, don't you think? It actually works. Number 14. Hammerkop. The nest building activities of hammerkops in central Mali are fascinating. Not only are they a massive undertaking, but they're constructed by both members of the pair. Just like us humans, they communicate with each other throughout the build to ensure it's completed to their specific requirements. The female is said to spend the most time on the nest, with most activity occurring during the early morning. The huge enclosed structures are built all year round and can easily accommodate a human being. Each pair may build up to 5 nests a year. They occupy them for relatively short periods and can return to a previously occupied nest or renovate an old one. The nest height varies depending on the suitability of the site, and the entrance hole direction is dependent on the tree's position. A distinctive and legendary mystery bird with brown plumage and a hammer-shaped head, the hammerkop is widespread in Africa. It is considered a bad omen associated with lightning, leprosy, and even death, so it might be a bird to avoid. Number 13. Ruby-throated hummingbird. It's easy to see why the hummingbird's nest is so pretty. This beautiful little nest is built entirely by the female bird, with her tastes quite obvious in its design and creation. The male plays barely any role at all aside from mating. They have no part in choosing the nesting site, gathering the materials to build it, or raising the chicks once they are born. A fine example of an absent father, the male hummingbird has it pretty easy. The female, on the other hand, prior to hatching her eggs, spends several hours a day for up to 7 days collecting materials for her well-considered nest. She hunts out bits of moss and lichen, plant down from thistles, dandelions, or cattails, spider silk, cotton fibers, small bits of bark or leaves, feathers, fuzz, and fur. The solo mom weaves the materials together into a dense cup that appears to be decorated. This acts as a camouflage from the world, and the result is quite spectacular. She's a clever little bird, too. The nest is designed specifically to protect the eggs from tipping in high winds, and the spider silk that binds it together gives it elasticity to enlarge as her little ones grow. The female hummingbird is a hard worker, but she's